We now have another very special guest. The first player ever signed with Angel City is here today to talk to us about everything that she's got going on. Angel City fans, give it up for Christen Press.
Okay. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. How are you? Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Hyped for you to be here.
Have a seat, Christen. Make yourself comfy.
Will do. Hi, everyone.
Everybody say hello to Christen Press, y'all.
Christen, thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, we just talked to Julie Ehrman about this crowd and the community that has been built here in Los Angeles. And for you, this is your hometown. This is your team. How was this first season for you? When you look back, how was this for you and for Angel City?
This has been an incredible first season. I mean, words can't even describe what it means to me to be back home in front of this community week in and week out. You know, I grew up playing soccer right here, and for the longest time I never thought that I would be able to play professionally at home. So I thought soccer meant that I would be traveling the world and meeting new people, which I've done, but it just means a little bit more to be here and to be home.
We've been talking a lot backstage, on stage now about the scenes, incredible scenes here in LA, and I meant that. I'm like looking at this, it's like it's kind of, it is very emotional. I'm not gonna say it's overwhelming in the best of ways, and we're just like all happy to be here and witness it, you know, alongside all of you and be a part of it. And it hasn't just been a big year. It almost feels like, I said to Julie, it almost feels like it's a big week every week for Angel City. And it's also been a big week for you, Christen Press, and because you're not just an athlete, you're an entrepreneur. You have launched with Re-Inc. a new line, the New Everyone Club. Everybody take a look, take a look, take a look. Let's talk about the New Everyone Club, Christen.
Well, this collab means so much to me because it's my two babies, my company Re-Inc. and my team Angel City, coming together to celebrate something that's bigger than all of us. And part of what I love about playing for this club is there's no secrecy that what we're trying to do is a lot bigger than just sport. It's about progress, it's about equity, it's about a new future that we can create. And so with the New Everyone Club, we wanted to take those values and put them into our line and into our campaign to let everybody know that we are building a world that's diverse, that's equitable, and that's inclusive. And I think so many people in the women's soccer community have come to us because of our pay equity fight, because of what it means to be women athletes. And so this collaboration with Re-Inc. is a celebration of that and a welcome invitation to all to join us in the fight for a better future.
Yes, give it up for that. I mean, that's fantastic. And you mentioned your passions of Re-Inc. and Angel City and being in your hometown of Los Angeles. How did this collab come about? Were you steering the ship the whole time?
Yes, I think so. In some ways.
Honestly, to your own horn, Christen, you're loud.
Honestly, when I did my first Angel City thing, it was with the community. I think it was about a year ago, and I was the only player signed, and I got to meet so many people that have now become the foundation of our fan base. And right away, I could see that there was so much synergy with my business, about what we were trying to achieve and accomplish. And right away, you know, I started having conversations like, can we collab? And the beautiful thing about Angel City is they're so open. You know, it's a club that wants to do things differently. And so never in my life have I been able to go to the sports world, to my employer, and ask to collaborate, to ask to sit at the table alongside them. It's always been, you know, a different type of relationship as an athlete with business owners. But I think Angel City has really embraced me as a business owner, and they've embraced Re-Inc., and that's why we were able to bring together something so beautiful.
Love that. I would, you know, one of my favorite things about, we cover so many players, but one of my favorite things about covering you in particular is taking that, you know, going from being an athlete to being an entrepreneur. And I was wondering if you could speak a little bit about kind of combining those two identities. What does it mean to sort of merge being a pro athlete and being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me, like, how do you have time for both? And in my life, I actually find the work very balancing because I get to go out in the sun, run around, do what I love, do what I've been doing since I was 5 years old, and try to make a tiny marginal gain of how I can improve on the field. And then I get to come home and I get to lead a team of people. I'm working at a computer. I'm learning something new every day. Learning how to do spreadsheets, learning how to lead, learning how to talk to people. You know, it's really hard, but the two sides of the job are quite complementary. And I feel like it's actually a balancing experience. And I always give the example, you know, when I was a young player, I would obsess over performance. And so I'd play a game and I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd stay up all night thinking about every mistake, everything we could have done different. And now, you know, the game ends and of course I analyze and I assess everything, but at some point I have to check in on my business and I have to see how my team's doing. And so it allows me to kind of step out of that headspace because it is so obsessive when you're an elite athlete. And I get to kind of shift gears. And then when I come back to it, I have a fresh perspective. And it's just that constant reminder that we're playing for something more, because what my company represents is that greater future of doing a business differently. And so I feel like it really balances me, and it's been a moment where I've been able to apply so many of the lessons from sport about perseverance, about failure, and I get to apply it in a business world and learn a whole new slew of lessons and have a huge opportunity to continue to grow.
So you've really found the balance between work for Re-Inc and playing, and you mentioned creating spreadsheets. There's no spreadsheets for soccer yet though, right? You haven't gotten
Not
that
that
far.
I have to do. I'm sure a lot of Angel City front office people are making spreadsheets.
I'm glad you're staying away from the Angel City spreadsheets for sure. But back to Re-Inc and the clothing that you created. You're sporting a new Everyone Club shirt right now, but what other pieces are in this collection that fans can buy?
So all of our collections are sustainably made, ethically made, organic fabrics, gender-neutral designs. We do most of our production in the United States, so we have some transparency into the factories, and we aim to work with minority and women-owned business. So that's like the foundation of what we're trying to do. And we try to do that every single time, and we even say it's not good enough. So our motto at Re-Inc is again, but better, because when it comes to design and creation and production, there's so much room for improvement. And in this collection, in the new Everyone Club, we've got a couple styles of hoodies, a couple styles of tees, some very desired pink shorts, and socks. And honestly, socks are the fan favorite. They're great socks. I wear Re-Inc socks every day, so go check it out.
So are socks your favorite part of the collection? Which was your favorite piece of the collection?
Honestly, I love the hoodie, and there's two styles, and I love the hoodie that has New Everyone Club really big and like so you can read it, because for me it's about like you see someone wearing that and you know what they represent and what they want, and the values are like right on their sleeve.
I love that. I'm gonna have to look into the pink shorts. I was listening to you very closely, so I'm like, which are the pieces that I'm gonna have to take a look at? I think I might look at the pink shorts before we head out from LA. But one of the things I also really love about Re-Inc, just sort of watching this massive, drop this week for you all, was the campaign behind it. It was some really, really good stuff coming out, seeing alongside your teammate Sarah Gordon was also participating in it, but I really loved seeing how reflective it was of your company. The fact that you could find people of all backgrounds, shape, color, sizes, and I just wanted to ask you what was like the creative process of that particular moment, like putting it all together, standing in front of the cameras, posing. How did that come about?
I think that with everything that we create, we think about the narrative. So we try to tell reimagined stories, and we try to work with people who don't always have their voices heard. And so the new Everyone Club, honestly, the campaign was the first thing we thought about before any of the clothing, because this is such a cool story. And it's obviously like a witty play on an old boys club. And so the campaign creative was to go into spaces where we're really used to seeing white men, and put all sorts of people and a diverse group of people in those spaces. And it made the actual experience of shooting so fun. It was so playful. It was very joyous because there's a little bit of a humor to it, but it's all in like the best spirit that like we can not just imagine this world, but we are now like living out this world.
Christen, thank you so much. Before we let you go, where can everyone buy this new Everyone collection from Re-Ink?
Well, you can get it right over there in the stadium store. I was just there. And you can get it on angelcity.com.
Thank you so much.
Christen Press,
Everyone give it up for
everybody!
Christen Press.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christen.